Jacques Tonnier's Cat People is an American horror film about a Serbian woman plagued with the fear that she will transform into a panther when experiencing extreme passion or anger. It follows as a 2014 film directed by David Robert Mitchell about a woman whose sexual encounter causes a supernatural entity to pursue her. Both films feature parallels in subject matter and specific plot points. The topic of female sexuality is focused on both films. Both films are cautionary tales when it comes to female sexuality, but the two films have different outcomes and are executed differently. In Cat People, the main character, Irina Dubrovna, is at odds with her fears of becoming a monster if she gives in to her desires, whereas Jay in It Follows has a sexual encounter and is chased by a monster as a result. Both films provide a sort of commentary on female sexuality's role in society, and certain scenes draw attention to this. It Follows is a modern tale from a modern perspective. Jay's sexuality is shown to be as positive as it is negative. Irina's sexuality, however, is never seen as positive from neither her perspective nor from society's perspective. In both films, women are victimized, but they are also a source of danger. Jay is pursued by the monster after having intercourse with a flame. She is put in a situation in which she is powerless at first glance. However, she has power to pass the curse on to someone else. Similarly, Irina is a victim of a curse that turns her into a cat, but is also the monster since she can harm others because of the curse. In Cat People, there is a scene in which Irina stalks her husband's friend, Alice, because of her jealousy. Irina follows Alice to a pool in her apartment, where she transforms into a cat form, resulting in a frightened Alice. Alex seeks safety in a swimming pool, although the area gives her nowhere to go. Irina moves closer to Alice until she turns on the lights to reveal herself in human form. This scene shows the tension between the two women. Irina feels tension due to her jealousy, which causes her to turn into her other form, and Alice's tension comes from the fear that she is being stalked by someone or something.
Gee whiz, dearie, are you all right? It's nothing. It was dark down here, and Mrs. Reed coming in unexpectedly frightened me. I'm terribly sorry. No, don't go. I'm coming right out.
Sorry to have disturbed you, Alice. I missed you and Oliver, and I thought you might know where he is.
We waited for you at the museum. You'll probably find him at home.
If you don't mind, then I'll run on.
It Follows has two scenes that virtually mirror the previously mentioned scenes in Cat People. In one scene, Jay is being pursued by a supernatural entity in the form of an elderly woman. As a woman walks towards her, Jay runs away and seeks help, similar to how Alice gets on the bus to avoid Irina. The pool scene that happens towards the end of It Follows has many similarities between the pool scenes and Cat People. Both scenes occur as a result of a woman attempting to escape danger, and both scenes build suspense by refraining to show the monster.
Hey, just keep pointing at it. It's right there. Where is it? Watch out, don't get too close. It's right there.
In both pool scenes, all the women are trapped both literally and symbolically. Alice in Cat People is trapped in the pool, unable to escape from Irina, and she is trapped by her reluctance to pursue a relationship with Oliver Reed because of Irina. Irina is trapped because she has no choice in turning into her feline form, and she is trapped in an unhappy marriage. In It Follows, Jay is trapped in the pool so that she can fight off the monster, and she is trapped symbolically because she is unable to escape the monster, no matter how much she tries to get away from it. The difference between Irina and Jay's ordeal is that Irina is alone when she is faced with danger. Jay, on the other hand, is surrounded by friends who are willing to help her beat the monster. Irina's isolation is indicative of how society viewed women's sexuality. She is alone because she expresses her emotions. Women's expression of their sexuality was taboo in the 1940s, and Irina's punishment is the result of her sexual expression. In stark contrast, Jay lives in a modern society, which is more accepting of women's sexuality. This is indicated by her friends' presence in her life and their willingness to help her. Jay's situation is interesting because she is being punished for her sexuality, but others accept her because it is widely accepted in the present day. In both films, the women are punished for displaying their sexuality. The monsters don't pursue the women until after they have been intimate with another person, or close to it. Many other horror films have used this trope of a woman being killed or stalked by evil forces once she's become sexually active. Film theorist Linda Williams discusses women in the horror genre and film bodies, gender, genre, and access. She writes about the three body genres in media, which is pornography, slasher horror films, and melodrama. In these genres, women's bodies are used to embody pleasure, fear, or pain. These genres show female victimization through different methods. Pornography uses sex as a means to objectify women. Melodrama uses emotion and pain to represent victimization. Horror films, in particular, cater to male viewers' sadomasochism. Williams also writes about how even the women are shown to be powerless. They are still able to gain a modicum of power. Williams also references the good girl and the bad girl stereotypes in horror movies. The good girl does not seek any pleasure and controls her sexual urges. The bad girl enjoys pleasure and adores the pain that happens as a result of it. Teen horror films tend to kill off sexually active bad girls and allow the good girls who are not sexually active to survive. This trope is averted in the case of It Follows because Jay is a sexually active woman who survives to the end of the film. Irina in Cat People does remain a virgin despite being married, but she still dies at the end of the film. The difference in the fate of these women is a result of the society that the women live in. Irina is an immigrant from Eastern Europe living in America in the 1940s. Her existence as a woman is plagued by fetishization at the hands of the men around her. The simple act of her feeling passion and wanting to be intimate is shown to be something worthy of punishment. Jay, on the other hand, is less sexualized despite being sexual. She is shown to be a person outside of her sexuality, and her survival in this film is closely tied to her personhood without being a sex object. These two seemingly different women share commonalities. They are both women in societies where men dominate many social spheres, but the difference is in the era in which the women live. Irina lives in 1940s America, in a time where women are just recently beginning to become independent, and sexuality was still a taboo topic. Irina's role in the film is mostly antagonistic, but Jay lives in modern-day America, where women's sexuality is becoming more accepted and talked about. Her role in the film is not only a victim, but also a survivor.